Today, we are diving into a geopolitical earthquake that recently shook the Middle East. The August 2026 Mecca Pact signed by Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, and Turkey. The headlines are calling it an Islamic NATO because these three powers boldly declared that an armed attack on one will be treated as an attack on all. On paper, the Mecca Pact sounds like an unstoppable juggernaut. You are combining Saudi Arabia's immense financial wealth, Turkey's cutting edge drone technology, and Pakistan's massive nuclear armed military. But in my opinion, calling this a true NATO is highly misleading. Here is why. Because lasting military alliances are built on shared enemies, not just shared religion. Unlike the original NATO, which united against the singular existential threat of Soviet Union, these three countries do not actually agree on who their biggest threat is. Pakistan's military strategy is overwhelmingly focused on India, while Saudi Arabia is fixated on Iran and its proxy networks. History constantly reminds us that when push comes to shove, strict national interests will always trump religious solidarity. Furthermore, you cannot ignore who is left out of this pact. By excluding Shiite majority nations like Iran, Syria, and Iraq, this coalition looks less like a unified Islamic shield and much more like a Sunni security bloc. From Tehran's perspective, an alliance driven by Saudi money, the Pakistani nuclear bomb, and Turkish drones is a terrifying development. Hardliners in Iran might mock it as a paper agreement, but pragmatic thinkers there see it as a direct challenge to their regional influence. But here is where it takes a turn. This lack of perfect unity makes the pact not a failure, but this makes it genius. We are living in an era of hybrid warfare. Wars today are rarely fought with massive invading armies, but they are fought with cyber attacks, proxy militias, and anonymous drone swarms targeting oil refineries. If a rogue drone hits a Saudi oil facility, is Pakistan really going to declare all out war and send its troops? Seems highly unlikely. Both Pakistan and Turkey have complex economic and political ties with Iran and desperately want to avoid a direct military confrontation. The true power of the Mecca Pact is deterrence through uncertainty. By keeping the exact terms of their military commitment ambiguous, they keep their adversaries guessing. They do not want an automatic trigger for war. They want a flexible framework for intelligence sharing, logistics, and defense production without being forced to fight each other's battles. Ultimately, this pact is a massive wake up call to the world. It signals that these middle powers are tired of relying entirely on a fraying American security umbrella. They are stepping up to build their own regional security architecture. It might not be a rigid, ironclad monument like NATO, but even as a fluid, aspirational agreement, it reshapes the global chessboard. So, in the end, I leave you with this question. If the future of global security is moving away from American dominance and toward these ambiguous, self reliant regional alliances, will the Middle East become more stable, or are we just setting the stage for a much more unpredictable and dangerous world?